Hi, my beautiful witches, blessed be. This is White Raven over here. Today's Friday, so happy Magic Friday to all of you guys. It's very strange for me to make a video on Friday, but today I might have the day off, and it's very strange. I don't know what to do with my life, so I said, you know what? Let me share a video with the guys because I know I didn't do this past Monday, and this coming Monday, chances are I won't be able to do this either because I have a lot of work in my mundane job. I have big responsibilities, so that I have to attend. So I want to make sure that I do a little video for you guys. It's probably going to be a video that is not going to be watched by a lot of people, but some of you guys are going to find very useful because this is addressing a question that some of you have asked. White Raven, what's your favorite divination tool? So my favorite divination tool is, of course, the tarot cards. I absolutely love the tarot cards, and before I go any further in this video, I want you guys to understand that I do not charge to read my cards. Therefore, I don't read cards for anybody. I'm not saying that people should charge for this. I think if you have an ability and you are absolutely, completely destined to work with your abilities, I think you should be getting paid because we do have to eat somehow. I don't work for my magic. I don't work with my magic, so I don't charge. But I want to make sure that you guys know that I do not read the cards. I do not read the cards for anybody, just for myself and maybe a few friends. Okay, so let me start. So, what is the tarot? Over there, up there in the stores, you're going to find two kind of cards. You're going to find oracles, which I'm not really related to. I don't use them very much, or I don't use them at all. I only have one oracle that I'm going to show you, and you're going to have the classic tarot deck. The first tarots are composed by 78 cards. There's 78 cards. You're going to have 22 major arcanas, and you're going to have 56 minor arcanas. The major arcanas, I tend to believe they are karmic messages. The more major arcanas I have in a reading, the more of a karmic message that I am getting. The minor arcanas, I relate much to my mundane everyday life and energies that are surrounding me at the moment that are not necessarily karmic. And when I talk about karmic energies, it's about karma. Things that are in my path that I'm going to encounter regardless. So, like I told you before, you want to face karma head on. Now, let me show you one of my most beloved treasures. This was, as a matter of fact, the first deck I ever had, ever. I went to a store, I asked the person, can you help me with tarot decks? And they hand me a tarot deck, which I don't even remember which one it was. It's like, oh, this is one really popular. I took it in my hands. The tarot deck spoke nothing to me. And I have never, ever read any tarot cards prior to buying my first deck. Okay, I bought my deck and I started reading them. But this is the tarot deck that caught my attention, and I am very lucky to have it because I don't see it very often in the stores. This is none other than the Tarot Visconti. Tarot Visconti Sforza belongs to the 15th century, guys, and is the oldest surviving tarot deck. There are about 15 decks that have been discovered. They are from Italy. They belong to the 15th century. There have been 15 incomplete sets discovered. They are around the world in museums and private collectors. Of course, they have made a copy of the cards, and they're actually pretty good and they're pretty beautiful. I will invite you to check them out in the internet and take a look at them. They're absolutely beautiful. These ones in particular are laminated with actually gold. Okay, this is a very beautiful deck, and I'm going to show you how it looks like. These are going to be, I'm going to show you some major arcanas. The size of these cards are very comfortable. Now the story goes that these were used just to play, as playing cards. All right? There's not a lot of precise history when it comes to tarot cards. A lot of people say that they were just original cards that they were used for games, just like the same way we use game cards right now. But as far as have studied, there's not like a precise origin of the tarot reading custom. Okay, so yeah, that was the High Priestess. This one over here is the Fool. Very strange looking cards. I mean, imagine this in the 15th century in Italy. People playing with this. This was designed back in that moment. So to have this in your hands, to have figures like this in your hands, it's a very, very powerful thing, guys. Look at strength. There are very, very, I mean, beautiful pictures and cards, and they really, 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 really transmit this kind of energy of antiquity, of other ages, of other times, of other life, of ancestry. It's a really amazing deck that I really like to just look at and get messages. I usually do the Celtic cross when I'm doing my cards. I don't do anything with these cards because just by grabbing a few and looking at them and no order whatsoever, I will get a message. These cards are amazing. Okay, now the minor arcanas on this deck look like this. So this is one of the reasons why I don't read these cards too much, because the minor arcana don't have any kind of specific drawings like other cards. These are just, it is what it is. So this is 10 of Wands, and this is all you get. 10 Wands, right? This is over here 5 of Pentacles, and that's all you get. It's 5 of coins, 5 coins. So in order for you to interpret this, just because they don't have any kind of drawings, you really have to memorize what the meaning of a 5 of coin is, okay? And you apply that to your reading. So they're a little bit more difficult to read. But if you're going to focus just in the major arcanas, this is absolutely a visual and mental treat. This is one of the most beautiful decks out there right now by far. And I just, to me, this is literally, this is Judgment over here. This is just absolutely, completely, has an energy of a very, very historical background. I mean, you feel it when you see them. You sense it. They transmit, even though this is not the original, you can feel the antiquity in these cards. So yeah, check it out. If you can have it just as a treat, Tarot Visconti's Forza, one of the most, the most antique set of tarot decks. Okay. Right, so that's my most amazing deck that I have. That to me is a treat. I also have my second most favorite one, and this is the one that I use the most. This is from the 1910s. This is a British deck, and it's probably the most popular. It's been in movies, in videos. They're all over the world, and at least once in your life, you probably have seen pictures of this deck, which is, and I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this, but I call it the Rider-Waite or White. I call it Rider-Waite. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong, tarot. I have the Radiant one because I love the colors. Now, I absolutely adore these cards. They're my babies. They are the ones that I understand. I don't even need to refer myself to anything when I'm playing with these cards because I know what every single one of them means. Every color, every symbol, every number, everything, I already know what they mean because I have used them for so many years for my personal use. They have beautiful drawings. Absolutely beautiful. This is the Tower. These are another major arcana. This is Temperance. And they have so many colors. They have depth. And they're very like rough drawings, but they still have some kind of depth. Like over here, you see how this road goes all the way far away from the angel. And they're so meaningful. They have a lot of Christian connotation to it, but if you're okay with that and you pass that, you'll be fine. 2 of Cups. Every single card has a drawing. Every single card has different colors, have depths, have a lot of little details. Every single card. So I suggest you guys to check this out and get it because it's an amazing, amazing deck. What else I can show you over here? This is the Lovers. So this is a very, very colorful, beautiful deck. It just speaks so much. It will speak so much to you. Every single card, you get such meanings, and it's just so amazing. There's a lot of cards out there that imitate a little bit of this deck, but believe me, guys, this is probably the most used tarot deck. Like, most of the witches that I know use this tarot. Not everybody, but a lot of the witches that I know use this tarot. And you know what? I don't blame it, because this tarot, the thing is that with this tarot, you probably get the most information when it comes to tarot. This is going to be the most information available out there. There's hundreds of books written about this tarot, the meanings of the cards, and the more you read, the more you learn, and then you're going to add whatever it is that you see with your third eye. So you're going to add what you read, and you're going to add what you feel, and the energy that you feel. If you're doing this for a friend, you're going to get some kind of energy for your friend. It's just an amazing, amazing way for you to see messages. Another tarot that I really, really like, that is very friendly. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say this in English. I think it's Mythic, no Mystic, Mythic tarot. Okay, it has a black back. It has a chalice. It has wands. I think it has also a pentacle, and it has swords. The wands and the cup, the chalice, is right here. And these cards are pretty amazing. They're a little bit wider than regular cards. They are a little bit harder to handle. Let me compare one with the other ones. See, they're just slightly bigger than the other ones. So when you try to shuffle, this one's a little bit more uncomfortable because they don't fit very easy in my hands. If you have bigger hands, if you're a guy and you have bigger hands, this might be really cool for you. Now, let me tell you the cool thing about this tarot deck. If you are into the Greek pantheon, which I am, you absolutely gonna love this, because the whole deck, from card number 1 to the last card, from number 1 to 78, they're going to be talking to you about histories of different deities in the Greek pantheon, or different histories of Greek personalities and characters in the Great Pantheon. And if you know a little bit of history of Greek mythology, you're going to relate to it so quick, because once you see a card, you're going to relate it to the history that is represented in that card, and you're going to apply that towards the reading that you're doing. So once you know the history, it's so easy. The good thing is that this tarot comes with an amazing book that's going to explain you 1 to 78 every single card, and it's going to tell you, it's like a big gossip. It's like days of our lives on tarot, and it's so much fun, and it's so deep, and they have such beautiful, beautiful cards. I mean, you're gonna learn about Persephone and Hades and Demeter losing Persephone and what's going on. I mean, you're going to learn about Apollo. You're gonna learn about Ares. You're gonna learn about the Minotaur. I mean, these cards are super, super cool. I highly recommend these cards because they're friendly, because they're beautiful, and if you are actually a lover of the Greek mythology, you are going to absolutely enjoy having this deck. It is absolutely amazing. Another deck that I have over here that I really, really think is one of the most, by far. Visconti's Forza is beautiful in this sense because it's antique, but it's my personal opinion that this deck that I'm going to show you right now, my personal opinion, and for my taste, it is the most beautiful, period, tarot deck out there. It is called My Beloved, because this is my beloved Deviant Moon Tarot. Patrick Valenza is an amazing young artist that has designed this card. The beauty of this card is that Patrick comes out with different cards so often. Meaning, he may have different major arcanas. So if we have the Tower over here, and I'm not saying that he does have this one in particular, but he may come out with another card that represents the Tower that's going to look different than this one. And he changes the model. Like, you have some that have no edge, no frame. Some of them have no frame. And and then he adds some to the collection, and you can keep buying like a collection of 3 cards here. He's nonstop, and these cards are almost like, okay, just take a look at this one. This card is so interesting. You have like an ovni over here shooting this. Now this is almost like a steampunk kind of strange industrial town. Once you start looking at them, and you have very strange creatures. They look not from this realm, but you get so familiarized with this realm that you almost feel like it's a real place somewhere somewhere out there. This is the devil. These cards are not very shiny like other cards. They feel a little bit more like if they have some kind of textures to it. They're absolutely beautiful. You fall in love with absolutely every single character in this card. They're absolutely easy to handle. They have like moons in the back. They come with a little booklet that will explain you what they are, what they mean, what their meaning is. And they also come with almost like a poster with a beautiful moon, and it gives you position for your readings. I could be all day talking to you about this deck because it's truly a magical, magical world. This world from Patrick. He's amazing. A lot of the designs in here, he's from New York, and he has gone to a lot of the cemeteries in New York, and he has copied, for example, this over here. They're supposed to be from cemeteries in New York. Like there's a copy of some tombs and some arts in cemetery in New York. So, I mean, this is amazing. This is just the most amazing deck. You feel the power of the moon in this deck very, very strongly. I know I do. Every time I look at this deck, I feel night and I feel moon. So, in days like Halloween, or Samhain, like most people know this day by Halloween, this night by Halloween, but on Samhain or in the full moon, I always like to read this tarot. I prefer to read this tarot late at night. If I'm outside and the moon is hitting me, I like to do a spread of these cards. I don't know the meanings of these cards by heart. I mean, I know what 3 of wands mean, or 3 of coins means, or pentacles, or cups, because I know what it means in other decks. But sometimes I just write them down and I try to interpret what I see. And if I have any questions, I may go to his little booklet, which is very, very tiny. Let me show you the booklet. And this is the booklet that every single deck brings. The booklets in the decks are never too big. Okay? So you need to learn. You need to get good at it. But I tell you right now that if you're into a moon, if you're a night creature, a night dweller, you are going to be absolutely satisfied 100% with the Deviant Moon Tarot by Patrick Valenza. He's pretty badass. He's pretty badass. So I don't want to make this video too long, guys. So I already showed you there 3 of my favorite tarot decks. I'm going to show you an oracle because I don't want to leave. I have 2 more decks over here that I don't like, but I won't show you because I want to finish this video. One that I just used to look because I like the pictures at the Medieval Tarot. I don't read it too much. I use it just to look at the pictures and to get inspiration. One that I really, really do not like in any way, shape, or form. Not because it's badly done or anything. It's just because it does not call and appeals to me. Is the Witch's Tarot. I don't like this tarot at all. It does not talk to me. I hate the fact. I love this. I think this is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful in every deck. But I hate the fact that all the princesses look like this. They just have, that one has a cup. The one with the sword is going to be looking the same. All the prince, they look the same. This one has a sword. The one that has if it's a cup, he's going to have a cup. I mean, I hate the fact that let me show you that they all look the same. I mean, here are all your princesses. I mean, it does not make any sense. I mean, to me, this is just boring, repetitive, and I can... yeah, this is the 8 of Pentacles. I mean, it's a tarot that it just not make much sense to me when I'm looking at it. It actually gets me a bad mood. It's like, oh, this is so boring. I mean, I'm sorry, disclaimer, it's my personal opinion. I don't like it, so it's just me. You may love it, because I have people coming over here that love it. I don't like it. But back to my oracles. Oracles are different. They're read differently. I just use this for some kind of quick answer. This one I really love because I bought it in Gettysburg. I love going to Gettysburg whenever I need to really ground. This is the Gypsy Oracle. I'll be really quick. I love it very much. They're very small little cards. They fit in your hand. They have like Lady Fortuna in the back. And their cards are really beautiful. And they're going to tell you what each card of this one represents. There's no major arcanas in here. There's no minor arcana. They're just cards, and they're representing, each one of them has a name of what they represent. This is Melody. This one over here, if I'm not mistaken, is, I can see, is, oh my God, of course, because that's a different, haughtiness. Oh my God, I chose the I know what it means in Spanish. It's just hard for me to say in English. Male. You have a soldier here. So, I mean, you ask the questions, and you're going to have a lot of cards with a lot of different pictures. You have teachers here. You have thieves. You have streets. You have friends. You have a lot of things. Fisherman. I mean, you have a lot of kitchen or whatever this means. You're going to have a lot of little cards that are going to be showing you some kind of images from which you have to interpret the meaning of it, however you receive that meaning, okay? This is White Raven over here. Go visit me in Witch's Lair. I hope this answers some of your questions. It is always awesome talking to you. Again, my favorite tarot decks. My beautiful treasure Visconti Sforza, Deviant Moon Tarot, and my beautiful, super, super, super radiant Rider-Waite or Rider-Waite tarot deck. Awesome talking to you, witches. Go visit me in Witch's Lair and let me know what you think. If you have any questions, you can drop them in here. I do not check my messages every day, my pretty, so you got to be patient. I have a lot of responsibilities in my mundane world. So at least twice a week I will be checking my messages. And please be nice to each other. I don't like animosity between my subscribers. Be cool, people, okay? Blessed be. Go visit me in Witch's Lair and stay wicked.